wow, all hell has broken loose in the House of Representatives and the Senate at the same time that the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security, serving as Donald Trump's Gestapo, was beating, attacking, detaining United States Senator Alex Padilla. We saw the MAGA Republicans in the House call a hearing with sitting Democratic governors. And then you saw members, the MAGA Republican members, yelling at the Democrats and saying, just shut up, shut up. There was screaming. There was cursing. It was going down. It is a total mess. Trump has turned all of DC, with the MAGA Republicans leading it, into absolute chaos. Watch what goes down here when MAGA Republican Congress member James Comer in the Oversight Committee just starts yelling at Democratic Congress member Frost. Play this clip.
Shut up. Just shut up.
No, you don't. No, you're not going to tell me to shut up.
Let's how do you get him in order? You're running
not like that.
He has been out of order 6 times. He's trying to get on MSNBC. You probably knocked.
I get it.
Somebody off MSNBC to get on there.
I think he's been arrested as a former Antifa member, right?
Back to order, Miss Green. Go.
He's a former Antifa member, Mr. Chairman.
You got
no
it.
surprise.
Who's a former Antifa member? Me?
Yeah, you.
I asked that these words be taken down. Yeah.
No, Miss Green.
Thank you.
You're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
There's a motion.
Governor
Miss Green is recognized.
Governor Hochul, you stated that you're a proud Democrat, proud registered Democrat.
All right, we got to suspend. There's been a parliamentary.
And then you had, again, I said there was a hearing involving Democratic governors. You then had New York Democratic Governor Kathy Hochul there. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene said, are you smiling at me? Stop smiling at me. Play this clip.
$5 to $10 million a day to feed and house illegals. Are you smiling at me about this?
I'm not.
You look like you got quite a smile on your face.
No.
Because I can tell you.
Gentlelady will not.
This is my time, reclaiming my time.
I'm thinking about
don't you dare smile about the murder of Lake and Riley.
About her parents.
The third time,
don't question how I look.
Jose
my heart is breaking for her parents.
My time, Governor Hochul. The third time he was arrested was in the same.
Then you had Nancy Mace demanding to know of the governors what a woman is. Do you know what a woman is? Am I a woman? She says. Here, play this clip.
1990.
Okay. What is a woman? What is a woman is the question.
I'm not sure I understand the question here.
Well, that.
What do you want me to say? This is.
I want you to say that a woman like me is an adult human female, that men can't become women. You guys are the party of violence, and you're the party erasing women. You don't respect us. You're a bigot. You're a misogynist. You're a sexist. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Congresswoman,
good lady,
Mr.
back.
Chairman, I would ask unanimous
Mr.
consent.
Ocasio-Cortez from New York.
All right, well, that was some kind of bingo going on over there. I don't know what's going on. Anyways.
I know what's going on.
Thank you.
Then Marjorie Taylor Greene continues to yell at Democratic New York Governor Kathy Hochul and says the Department of Justice must prosecute you for murder. Play this clip.
You are responsible for the murder of this little girl, Laken Riley. And the Department of Justice should prosecute you for her murder.
Objection. Objection.
I don't care how much you object. And if you support it too, you're responsible for her murder. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
On a point of order.
Gentlelady's time's expired. State your point.
Mr. Chairman, these witnesses have been here for over 4 hours. They've all voluntarily have been engaging with our members with respect. They've all treated our members with respect.
Laken Riley is dead forever. 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 They can sit there all day.
My time.
Hold on. No, state your point.
I'm trying to.
State your point. No. It's a point of inquiry, not a debate.
Our rules, if you would let me speak, our rules of decorum dictate that our witnesses should be treated with respect. And I ask you to enforce decorum and remind committee members to treat our witnesses with respect.
Our members are.
That was a common theme. The MAGA Republicans in full fascist mode were basically looking at the Democratic governors and just yelling at them and saying, you need to be prosecuted. Charges should be brought. Here you have Democratic Congresswoman AOC pushing back against the MAGA Republicans and saying, like, you're just witness intimidation. Like, you're just threatening witnesses with arrest. Here, play this clip.
And charges should be for obstruction should be brought against each one of you for doing this. I'll leave that up to the Department of Justice. Mr. Chairman, I yield back.
Chair now recognizes Ms. Crockett from Texas.
Mr. Chairman.
And Mr. Chair,
Point of order, point of order. That was intimidation of the witness.
Do you have a point of inquiry?
Yes, I have a point of inquiry.
That's your point.
Raising the prospect of charges against witnesses is a form of intimidation, is it not? Thank you. I thank you. And I withdraw the question. I appreciate it.
Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
Thank you.
Then you had MAGA Republican Congressmember Mike Lawler from New York almost trying to troll the Democrats by staying on their side and just like standing on their side of the House floor. And then you have a Democratic Congress member like just screaming at him like, dude, just get the F out of here. Y'all are just a bunch of fascist menaces. Get the F out. Watch what went down on the House floor. Play this clip. Then you had this moment right here where Illinois Democratic Governor Pritzker said to MAGA Republican Congressmember Mary Miller, I'm not going to be lectured by someone who, quote, extols the virtues of Hitler like you. Here, play this clip.
Do you stand by your policy of tying the hands of Illinois law enforcement? Yes or no, sir?
You know, Congresswoman Miller, I am not going to be lectured to by somebody who extols the virtue of Adolf Hitler, of somebody who has allowed the pardoning of January 6th.
I'm reclaiming my time.
So you ever put on a shirt and instantly feel like you've got your whole life together? That's exactly what happened when I tried True Classic. These shirts fit, and I mean actually fit. They're snug in the chest and shoulders, looser in the midsection, and the fabric soft, breathable, zero stiffness. I'm wearing mine right now. I wear True Classic running errands, even out to dinner. They are that versatile, and I'm not the only one. True Classic is blowing up for a reason. You're getting premium quality without that designer price tag. Plus, they're doing good, giving back to underserved communities and helping guys show up with confidence and purpose. You can feel that in the mission and the fit. Forget fast fashion. This is gear that's built to last and built with intention. It's why I upgraded my wardrobe with a bunch of their shirts. So go upgrade your wardrobe now and grab them at Target, Costco, or head to trueclassic.com/Meidas and get hooked up today. That's trueclassic.com/Meidas. MEIDAS.
And wow, this was quite the moment where you had GOP Representative Mike Turner trying to help out Hegseth by getting him to confirm that the Pentagon does not have plans to invade Greenland, but apparently they do have plans to invade Greenland. Play this clip.
Lawyer here, I just want to help you out because people try to twist your words. You are not confirming in your testimony today that at the Pentagon there are plans for invading or taking by force Greenland, correct? That is not your testimony today.
All my testimony is that the Pentagon has plans for any number of contingencies.
It is not your testimony today that there are plans at the Pentagon for taking by force or invading Greenland, correct? Because I sure as hell hope that it is not your testimony.
We look forward to working with Greenland to ensure that it is secured from any potential threats.
Excellent. I yield back.
You have more issues where the MAGA Republicans tell Pritzker that women don't want him in their bathrooms. Play this clip.
I'm asking you, have you ever considered that women don't want you in their bathrooms? That's a private space that they don't want you or any other man in.
Congressman, let's talk about
you can't say
failure to
normal
vote
people
for
Medicaid.
In fact, you want to take Medicaid away.
Men should be in women's restrooms.
And
that's a very straightforward question.
You apparently want people
and you're
to
encouraging men to use women's restrooms where there could be underage girls. Do you think that's appropriate?
Sir, if we're going to
you think that's
politicize
normal?
this, let's talk about what you're doing to people in
You
this
think that
country
that's normal
by virtue of your votes.
All right, let's move on.
with
Let's
President
ask.
Trump.
And you have Democratic Congress member Carbajal to Hegseth over here saying that you're an embarrassment to the country. Play this clip.
You know what? I'm not going to waste my time anymore. You're not worthy of my attention or my questions. You're an embarrassment to this country. You're unfit to lead. And there's been bipartisan members of Congress that have called for your resignation. You should just get the hell out and let somebody competently lead this department.
Here we have Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. Let's play it.
To that, I know that there's been some conversations about what's going on in LA, and they want to say that it's riots because they didn't want people to keep talking about, say, the Epstein files or whatever other drama was popping off between the president and his little friend. So they wanted to change the conversation to immigration because they feel like, well, the polling is in our benefit. But let me tell you something. If they cared about making sure we were going to be fiscally responsible, they would tell the American people that it cost them $134 million to send the National Guard to LA for the quote unquote riots that the governor didn't ask for, nor did the mayor of LA ask for. And they sent them over there and they say that they care about our service members, yet they sent them and they were laying on the floor. They did not provide for food. So I don't know why we would believe that, number one, they want to fix this. They don't want to fix this. Because the brokenness is a feature, not a flaw of the system, because it is beneficial to them when it comes to campaigning. If they can't stoke fear, then why are they going to say have anybody vote for them? Because that's what people are doing. They're voting out of fear.
Then we have Democratic Congressmember Smith to Hegseth. Play this clip.
Yeah, and I'm sincerely concerned about this. Is it the policy of the Department of Defense that we need to be prepared to take Greenland and Panama by force if necessary? Is this a policy that you have within the Department of Defense in accordance with the president's wishes?
I heard what you said about those two countries and saying we need to worry about China. Well, we are worried about China.
That wasn't my concern.
China's malign influence in Panama.
I was
the recognition
concerned with
that if
us
China has
saying
control
that
of
using
ports
military
or malign
force to
influence
take another
over
sovereign
Panama,
country's
we
territory.
should pay attention to that.
Right.
So Panama is very key terrain that we've focused on and we've been willing to focus
So we
on,
should
as
take it,
is Greenland.
we should take it by military force. They're important. I'm not going to argue with that.
The Arctic is
I'm
incredibly
arguing with
important.
the
and
using
adversaries are
our
trying to
military
gain-
to take it by force.
Our job at the DOD is to have plans. And
Do you have a plan for that?
Our job at the Defense Department is to have plans for any particular contingency.
Including the contingency of basically
Any
invading
contingency you need, we've got it. We've got a building full of planners, and we're prepared to give recommendations whenever needed.
So just be clear, you have plans to take Panama and Greenland by force if necessary.
I think the American people would want the Pentagon to have plans for any particular contingency.
Not for that.
Thankfully, we are in the planning business.
Speaking on behalf of the American people, I don't think the American people voted for President Trump because they were hoping we would invade Greenland. I'm going to go out on a limb on that one. I yield back.
Governor Tim Walz from Minnesota was in attendance. Here was AOC's questioning with him. Play this clip.
Have to say, I know you're getting a lot of grief from the majority here, but you know, we are talking about individuals who have cheered on an individual who issued a Nazi salute from behind the presidential seal of the United States of America, who have cheered on the pardoning of individuals who attacked the United States Capitol and flew a Nazi flag and the flag of the Confederacy, traitors to the United States, sworn enemies of the United States of America, through the capital of this nation. And now they want to act offended because someone has the courage to say, if it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck, maybe it's a duck. So I want to thank you for not wavering to their bullying, which is unconscionable and sad to see. So I just wanted to let you know that, Governor. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
More of Pritzker and MAGA Republican Perry. Play this clip.
Just, can you cite which law in this regard he's broken?
Well, there have been congressionally approved appropriations that this president has cut off, and we've had to go to court. That's illegal. We've had to go to court to have it reinstated.
It's illegal.
It is
illegal. If you have to go to court, it's illegal, and it's still working its way through the courts, right?
Yes, but things have been ruled on already.
It's not illegal. Yeah, it's your opinion. But regarding
when a judge rules on it, that's the law. Okay,
it's the law at that moment until the next judge rules on it. Okay, right? Because you understand the court system. You're the attorney here. I'm not. But you're not saying he broke the law regarding the riots in Los Angeles right now, or are you saying that?
That hasn't been ruled upon yet. So,
but are you saying
the
he broke
answer
the
is
law in
I
that
believe
regard
that he
or not?
did, but that is not what I'm referring to.
Okay, you're not referring.
No.
And again, while all of this was going down, you had Democratic California Senator Alex Padilla getting tackled and thrown to the floor by the Trump Gestapo. Play this clip.
Guys, ready? Sir, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary, because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Many of our ICE agents have been docked.
On the ground. Hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
If you let my hands go, I put them behind my back.
All right. Cool. One hand. Lay flat. Lay flat.
Other hand, sir. Other hand.
There's no recording allowed out here. I did not know. There's no recording allowed out here per FBI regs for the building. Is that what I'm sorry? There's no recording allowed out here. That's my boss. There's no recording allowed out here. You can record. There's no recording allowed. I'm not a member. There's no recording allowed. I understand that, sir.
You have Democratic Congresswoman Ansari. Here's what she says.
Regime. Mr. Perry just mocked us for referring to Donald Trump as a dictator. So let's run through the list. Donald Trump has, since he was inaugurated, pardoned violent January 6 insurrectionists. Dictator. Defied Supreme Court orders and attacked the judiciary. Dictator. Unilaterally abolished congressionally chartered federal agencies. Dictator. Attacked the free press. Sounds like a dictator. Kidnapped people off of the streets and deported them to foreign prisons without due process. Sounds like a dictator. Defunded higher education. Dictator. Threatened law firms and the legal profession. Dictator. This weekend, he is spending tens of millions of dollars to host a massive military parade for his birthday. Is this North Korea? On top of all of that, our twice impeached president with a 34-count convicted felony president who is not a king has deployed the active duty military in American cities, and he has spent $134 million to do so. He has their guns trained on American citizens without the consent of local authorities or the state's governor to purposefully generate chaos and provoke a reaction. Meanwhile, we have Republicans on this side of the aisle asking governors of states about bathrooms. Like, this is the most dystopian, horrific episode of Black Mirror that I have ever seen. To our
Here's another clip of AOC.
Apologies, I just have 10 seconds left. But when they say illegal versus legal immigration, they are trying to end legal status in the United States as well. Correct, Governor Pritzker, with the end of TPS and making people undocumented by removing legal status, ending legal status, and then having the audacity to call them illegal when they were here documented, correct?
Taking students' visas away from people, taking their legal right to be in the United States away from them when they've been granted maybe years earlier to stay.
So I don't want to hear about how this is about illegal versus legal immigration. They are attacking legal status and removing legal status. The Republican majority is anti-legal immigration in the United States. And I want to make that very clear, and I yield back.
Another clip of Democratic Congresswoman Ansari.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to finish the title of the article that I was trying to read into unanimous consent.
Okay.
Stunning. Senator Alex Padilla, California, was just forcefully removed from the news conference being held by DHS Kristi Noem in Westwood. Senator attempted to interrupt.
That's the
No,
title.
He was handcuffed in the hallway. Yes. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, for the record, he rushed the podium. He was being disruptive, and that is not conducive to
A senator was forcefully shoved
Thank
to
you,
the
Mr.
ground and arrested.
All
I
right,
think
order.
massive issue.
Chair recognizes Mr. Min from California.
And then over here you have Kristi Noem saying that Alex Padilla was not actually detained and he was not cuffed as soon as he identified himself, which is false. Play this clip.
Them. Secretary. Well, he was never arrested. He was never arrested, and nobody knew who he was when he came into the room creating a scene. He was removed from the room, and yes, they started to put handcuffs on him when he finally identified himself, and then that was stopped. They said he wants to talk to you. I said, sure, I'd love to sit down and visit. So
that's what's happening on Capitol Hill right now. It's a mess. It is a Trump mess and madness. And let's be clear, it's not a both sides thing. It's these MAGAs who are not normal Republicans, although the Republicans have now become all MAGA. Chaos, destruction, fascism. It's all right there. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 5 million subscribers.
Can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.